Hello everyone and welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2023 PDGA United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft. This PDGA Major taking place here at the Toboggan course, and Conrad, it is moving day for these young aspiring superstars.
Yes, and superstars is what we have on the card today. The Toboggan course is and has shown its teeth, but these guys have come out on top, made it to the leader card today, and we're going to start off round two with four of the top guys.
Yeah, there you see the names that will be competing here in round two. Overall leaderboard so far, Ryan Mulder with a -10 during round one. The winning score for this entire tournament last year was 10 under.
Wow.
Starting things off here on hole one, this iconic par 3 at 477 feet, a steep downhill, scoring average just above par. So these guys are learning these lines early on. With so much elevation, it is paramount to keep your nose angle and wing angle correct coming down this hill, holding over this Anheuser line. Forehands can get there as well. Bit of a tall task though for a 477 rip to start your day with either a backhand or a forehand.
Welcome to day two of your 2023 United States Amateur Disc Golf Championship presented by Discraft, a PDGA Major. Teeing off first for our feature card at 2:50 p.m., shooting a -10, 55, Ryan Mulder.
Ryan Mulder back on top of the box here. Had a very strong showing during round one. We saw a very wide variety of skill set from him.
And this is looking great. Angle and pace is correct, and he is well inside the circle.
Very nice.
Feature card, shooting a -8, 57, Tanner Boggs.
The trainer is going to be new to our coverage. We did not have him yesterday, so we get to introduce his skill set to everyone.
Yeah, Tanner had a bit of an earlier tee time during day one and just went out there and shot a hot 8 down, which was the course hot round for quite a bit until Ryan finished out his round, electing to go with the sidearm down the hill there.
Teeing off third for our 2:50 p.m. feature card, shooting a -6, 59, Danny Moynihan.
Danny Moynihan here looking like he's lining up the sidearm as well.
And that looks like a position play, not really attacking the green, and not necessarily that you need to on this first hole.
Rounding out our 2:50 p.m. feature card, shooting a -4, 61, Mason McLean.
Mason McLean, who I believe is just 16 years old, so some real young talent here. Ryan at 15 and Mason at 16.
Another great position shot here. Walking away with the par on this starting hole is not at all a disappointment.
Bit of a tailwind kind of smashed that approach down a little bit shorter than he might have liked, so he's going to have a little bit of meat on that bone to get his par for hole one.
Hopefully the rest of the car was watching and know how to make an adjustment. Tanner does there.
Little half bid there. Mason with a long approach as well. And gets pushed a little bit over to the left, but should be able to clean that up for a par.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Danny gets the left side love there to save his par.
Dropping it in to start the day with the par. Little cheeky smile at the end there. He might have gotten away with one.
Oh. Mason just hitting the top of the cage and not staying in.
Didn't quite lift there like he thought he might have. It should have been a headwind coming back that way, and that one does lift it and kind of push it over.
Wow.
Yeah, if you saw round one, Ryan was pretty much automatic from that range, so
yeah,
a little strange to see him kind of misfire here on hole one.
Mason's tap in his bogey. And Ryan a little confused by the basket. It's not doing its job. Here we go on the hole 2, 680-foot par 4. I think every hole at Toboggan is like a feature hole.
Pretty much.
With this one, you want to try to get at least to the bottom of the hill, if not up it a little bit, so that the next throw, you can actually approach the top of the plateau. Being off to the left or right on either side is trouble. Once you get up to the top, there's really not much to be concerned about. There are a few guardian trees in the circle, but clear enough to make a putt from anywhere, really. Here we go. Ryan is going through his little routine that he does.
You can tell by the banners there that this is just pretty much a straight tailwind. Trying to go up the hill, help carry your disc over. I believe this is his boss that he throws on this line, and it looks pretty tasty.
Yeah, that's the disc that I've seen coming at me quite a few times. And he always seems to have very good control of it. Tanner taking the similar line, not quite as high, so he won't make it as far up the hill as Ryan did.
Still in a good position there. Tanner, 17 career wins to his credit so far. Danny drifting a little bit left with that tailwind.
Yeah, he probably thought that was going to flip up a little bit more. He's not too far off to the left, so he should still be good. Have an approach angle up to the top. And that's just a little low.
Yeah. I like the line and the disc selection just a touch too low there, but he's not in a terrible position. You don't necessarily have as much of a hilly run up there at the bottom, although it looks like it's still coming into play.
Yeah, but you still have a lot of more uphill to have to make up when you're further down. So he's not able to make it all the way up to the top, but he stays in the middle, which is very good for still being able to score.
One thing to note there for Mason is a lot of people, when you're running uphill, they have the tendency to try to just run on a parallel line to their disc, and it really zaps your momentum. Mason was able to kind of run across towards his disc, which helps you build momentum on flatter ground and lets you get a little bit more pop behind your disc.
Tanner here, oh, he pulled that one way to the right.
Did got over on it.
Yeah, it had the juice to get up there, but it did not make it past those trees.
This is the same mind bender that we saw Ryan throw in round one from a similar position. He's actually a little closer this time, and he gets over on it a little bit.
He takes this one a little bit wider.
Clips, I believe, the tree or the advanced hill sign, one of the two.
I think it was the tree there that pushed him back just a little bit.
A little bit of early frustration here. As he had a literal tap in yesterday. Nice forehand approach there from Mason.
Tanner here just giving this a good bid.
Chipping up there, should have a stress-free par. Danny can just see the top of the basket, yeah. Oh.
Give it some type of run.
For birdie.
Just short.
Gave it that softer, lofty bid that he does from further range to kind of keep him closer to the basket. A good par there for Mason.
Ryan's going to tap in his par as well. And so will Tanner. So we have pars all around from the card here.
Your rating is one of the most valuable things you get with a membership. This gives you accurate numbers to track how well you've been doing and your overall improvement in the game. You also get a member number when you register with the PDGA. Your PDGA number is a stamp for when you got involved in the sport. It's a badge of pride for players and a part of your disc golf identity. Get your number today. Visit pdga.com/join.
All right, welcome back. Hole 3, an iconic, yet again, hole, par 4, 915 feet. Bit of a similar shot shape to hole 1, just with some added distance here. You want to keep your disc as much in the middle as you can. These berms on the left-hand side can be an obstruction. The right-hand side, though, is definitely what you need to avoid. Second shot is pretty much a stock hyzer as long as you're playing safely off the tee on your first. I would imagine we're going to see some distance drivers from these guys here to start it off. The wind's starting to shift a little bit here, so Ryan maybe thinking a little bit more about the angle that he wants to release this disc on.
Yeah, because the first shot is very important as far as being able to attack on the second. Don't want to be too far out of position. You definitely don't want to be in trouble.
Oh, this is not turning, and it's going to hold the hyzer line over towards 14's fairway.
Yeah, that's on 14's fairway for sure. Luckily with this event, there is no OB. I say luckily, but the alternative is without OB, you have a lost disc.
Yeah.
You have to go back and re-tee, so you lose a stroke and any distance that you may have gained.
And that gets caught up on that right side that we talked about. It's going to probably just be a punch out from there. This is not quite nose down enough, and it's starting to fade out towards 14 as well.
It looked like he was trying to have it flip up, but it just didn't stay that way. I don't know if they're misreading the wind or not believing the shots that they're seeing from their opponents.
It should be a headwind, but it's not turning the discs at all.
At all.
And that one right over there clumped in with the other guys.
So now from 14's fairway, Mason is trying to approach his green on 3.
Mason getting this one over on Annie, letting it work back out and pushes it a bit too far to the right, but gets a fortunate kick out, not to go in further into that bunker. Mason with 21 career wins already to his credit, 969 rating for the youngster.
Dan got a little bit of a wind bounce there and cuts all the way through the trees to make it back out.
Finds the imaginary window.
It's not imaginary, it's there.
Yeah. So Tanner pitched out over to the spine, and now this is his third shot coming into the green, and that is a thing of beauty.
Oh, yes. You take being under the basket from any position on the course other than circle 1. You don't want to be there on circle 1.
Yeah, that's true. This is a wide spike. Keaton Hyzer coming back over for Ryan.
Well positioned.
As we saw pretty often during round 1, he gets those approaches so close to the bullseye. It just takes so much stress off of your game.
Mason with a long bid here.
Get down. Ooh.
Almost. And we can see the wind there is just a factor. It's moving every branch and limb that we see out here.
It's already been a windier day than it was round 1. We're only 3 holes in. First birdie of the day for Ryan. Getting him to 11 under overall.
Danny's going to tap in a par as well as Tanner and Mason.
On to hole 4.
Hole 4 is a 580-foot par 4. Again, with this hole, placement off the tee is crucial to the second shot. This is truly a 2-shot hole. You want to land in this general area here around the trees, preferably not behind one of them, so that you can then approach this elevated green that sits on a slope on the front and the back. So even your approach shot needs to be very controlled. See if Ryan takes the same route around the trees that he did. He went a little bit higher this time.
Drifting a little bit more left. And, okay. He's probably going to have some type of forehand or maybe
he's going to have a ceiling to deal with from over there.
Might see a skip shot coming.
Yeah, you probably want to be a little bit further right than left in that position. This one
the
hits
last
the tree early.
He's under it.
That may be the first tree to beat. Danny going over that tree.
Kind of a similar line to Ryan.
Yeah.
Similar results.
So he's going to have the cluster of trees to deal with as well on his approach. And Mason...
I like this line. He's kind of drifting it around the tree. Just needs to swing back. Just clips the edge. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Just has a little bit of ceiling to deal with from there.
And if anyone is paying attention, we do have a standard spotter, which is Ryan's dad, who goes down to every fairway just about to spot. He ends up spotting for the entire card and helping everyone out.
Yeah, he'll run down before everyone starts to tee off.
Yeah, so Danny has something to work with here.
Skipper.
Ooh,
Didn't
not really.
Quite.
Yeah, not much skip. It's rocky there, and it's uphill. But I expected more skip than he got there.
Patent pending coming. Checking with the teammates there to make sure he has a legal stance.
Oh.
That high limb just immediately smacked it down.
Oh.
Haven't
Ryan
seen a
going with
roller yet
here.
from Ryan. Showing the roller game, not too shabby.
We have seen a roller from him, just not on an approach.
Oh, that's right, the backhand roller on hole 6 yesterday. Well, now we know he has a forehand roller as well.
Mason just wants to put this close. That's close enough.
Yeah. A razor claw upshot there. He is sponsored by Discmania, is Mason. As is Tanner Boggs.
That's a good safe bid there. Again, like I said, there is a slope behind the basket as well, so want to be very measured in how you approach.
Yeah, there's that soft, floaty bid again from Ryan. So he's got a variety of different type of putt approaches around the basket. That's
Good
pretty
to
high
have.
level stuff. Yeah. Good par save there for Mason.
Tanner, I don't know if he touched metal. Oh, he didn't go too far past the basket. I was concerned when he went past it, how far down the slope he went, but he stayed up. That's good.
Tanner needs to make up ground here, and we've seen so far through 4 holes just playing even golf. Wondering if he's starting to kind of feel a little bit of pressure here. Hole 5 is a gem, a par 3 at 480 foot. This tunnel shot here just rewards accuracy from start to finish. You'll see fairway drivers, even some mid-ranges from these guys, just trying to keep it at least in the middle here. If you get anywhere past this last stump and guardian tree here, you'll have a look at the basket. This one that you're flying past now really will determine whether or not you'll have a birdie look if you keep it down the middle.
Yeah, the shape to this hole is just so... It's straight, but it's not. So you have to be very measured on what angle you release the disc going to get through the gap and what it's going to do coming down.
This is a laser right down the middle.
Yeah,
beat that last tree. Oh, that's the one you need to beat. If he gets past there, he's probably going to skip well inside the circle.
Yeah. This has a little bit more flex to it.
Yeah, a little stable. Starting to finish out early, though. Oh, it's a tree direct to the bullseye.
You call that the break tree. It just breaks right before impact. Ooh, this is not going to flip enough. Is it? How far down is he going to get? Oh, wow, it's drifting.
Trees.
Wow. He got away with one there. He got way further down than he should have. I don't know how he found the gap that he found, but
a little bit of a flippier disc here, and it's holding the line a little too long. Gets caught up on that right side.
But it rolls out.
Trickles back out a bit. Yeah. Looking like he's going to probably try to throw the hyzer between those 2 trees you'd see on your front there. And Does so nicely. Over the top.
That was a run. That was a legit bid there. Right angle and everything. Just a little bit too high. All right, Danny with the Annie approach. My fault, an Annie bid. Had the line, not the height. Ryan with a floaty agent.
Floaty bid. He's wanting to keep everything close. He's almost playing like a match play at this point, just seeing what his opponents are doing and just playing safe. That's a good putt there. Yeah. Just outside the circle. Cleaning up the par.
He's going to tap in his par.
Dropping birdie in. We just talked about Tanner needing to gain some strokes. He gets one there, cutting the lead back down to 2.
The Vulture made it into my bag about 2 years ago, and I really enjoy having a big stack of the stock plastic. I can grab 10 of them, they all fly the same for me. I can trust it at a high speed, and it still has that nice finish at the end.
Here we go to hole 6, 519 feet, par 4. The angle off the tee is a little difficult. Once you get by that, you want to get to the landing area right around this interesting looking tree on the right. Once you get there, then you're going to approach to the green. It's hard to get any further past that off the tee because of the angle. But once you get to the green, you'll have to worry about the slope on this turtle back as it goes away from the basket in every direction.
Yeah, it's quite a treacherous green for sure.
Oh, going with a forehand here. This is definitely just for placement. Oh, but he did not really make it past the turn, or just past the turn, as it hits the tree.
It's about a short pad. Ryan took a crazy roller yesterday. This is the same disc.
Same type of angle for the roller. It is a roller.
Oh, this looks good. Oh, no. That had so much pace.
That was gonna be at least where he was yesterday.
It was gonna ace. It was obviously gonna ace.
Another Annie bid here. This looks more like a placement shot, not a roller angle. And he gets clipped down.
Yeah, that was a mid-range.
But he's in the middle, so.
Yeah, he went with the origin there, just understable mid-range for placement. This looks like a mid-range as well.
Oh, yeah. And this is
nice and soft to the middle. Just gets a little bit of drift at the end there, but that should be manageable.
Yep. All right, Tanner. See what we got as forehand skills. Oh, that's a nice angle. Oh. That tree stopped the progress, though. I think that right there had a chance to actually get to the green if it was going to hold that flex angle. Another flexi here. Just makes the gap.
Finish. That's a nice shot there.
You'll take that from that position. I mean, you're not really, again, you're not trying to attack the basket from there. So now you've made it to the green. Continue to get your par.
Need some skip up here. Just getting eaten up. We've seen now on 2 holes, skip just not being there.
Yeah. It's not all hard packed dirt. There's loose dirt too, as we see the powder come up from when it hits. Ooh, that's pulled to the left a little bit.
And it has been quite dry
as
well. So those soft areas, really soft. A little bit of frustration from the youngster there. Still playing a clean round though. Oh man, a late tree there gets him. That looks good out of the hand. So he's pitching his way back up to the green there. Settles nicely. Have a drop in. Ryan floaty bid probably. Yep. Skips over Tanner's disc.
Then he just pitches up as well, not really taking a run at this basket. Mason looks like he's taking a little bit more time.
Giving it a bid.
Yep, and a nice little floaty bid, so it's not too far away.
Okay, he checked up. The backside does give you a little bit more room to work with before it drops away. Makes the par comeback putt. Battle putt? Oh, they didn't battle putt.
They didn't battle putt. But they both walk away with pars, so.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea to battle putt at a major.
And Tanner walking away with the bogey there.
Hole 7 is a fun one. This par 4 comes in at 667 feet, scoring average at a 4.15, so playing just above par. Want to throw your hyzer shot somewhere around where this tree is. You can keep your disc right here. It opens up your secondary shot coming into this green. A little bit of slope and elevation to deal with as well. Mini turtleback, so to say, on this green as you approach here. So sticking your disc on the second shot will lead to a much more stress-free birdie opportunity. You see our buddy Nick Stock there taking video for the PDGA. This looks quite ideal if it drifts right of that tree.
Yep. And that is the furthest one I've seen thus far.
Right. He should have a hyzer line hopefully from there. Danny nice and smooth. Pushing that right side a bit more.
Yep,
just needs to hurry over.
It flipped up, but it got hung up a little bit, so it fell straight down. Still not too bad of a placement. Since we know that he has a forehand, he should still have a means to attack the green.
Isn't it crazy to see these guys that just have such well-rounded games at such a young age? Forehands, backhands, rollers, strong putts, layups.
Well, we say at a young age, but they could have been playing for 10 years now.
Yeah, still. It's beautiful to see
It is.
this age group have such a diverse game set. This is drifting a little bit more left than you might like.
Oh, well.
Friendly kick down.
Then he has a backhand approach here that he can...
Wanting some flip, getting some late flip.
Yeah, but he
Maybe
caught a little bit of cabbage.
Might have
which
helped.
I don't know, it slowed him down.
It looked like that was going to hold hyzer and then kind of checked right. This looks very nice from Tanner.
And being a little longer isn't bad. The slope behind the basket isn't as steep as the one in front.
MD5 here, very stable mid-range. There you see the dirt kicking up, so he should have a look from there. Did find out from Ryan that this is a justice, this green approach disc that he keeps throwing. So very stable approach, kind of knifing it over on the forehand line and letting it fight back over.
Yeah, that flies like a justice.
I thought it was during round one because it had very much justice characteristics, but I just wanted to verify with him that it is indeed. Danny, another long look.
Give it a great solid bid there, just a little low. See what Mason has. Good bid, makes connection in the basket for the birdie.
Good birdie to get here on hole 7, which, as we noted during the flyover, is playing over par.
Tanner making connection with the chains, but a little bit high, so not staying in the basket. Luckily, just falling down and staying still, though.
And Ryan, seeing that, an opportunity to gain another stroke, and he capitalizes on it, bringing him to 12 down.
And that was his more standard pace of putting there. Tanner taps in for his par. Danny as well.
Keeping it under par.
Move on into hole 8. It's a 500-foot par 4. Placement off the tee is crucial. Want to get under this limb and out of this gap and over as far left as you can to have an easier approach, as you have to turn to the right up the hill in order to approach the green. This basket is way up here, and you do have to worry about the hangover over the basket. When you approach it, is potential that it'll knock it down and potentially get a roll away. So there's a lot to think about when approaching.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, he squeaks by. That's pretty ideal to be left side. We noted yesterday, the more left you can be, the better. I'm a little surprised that this hole played under par. Not by much, but one of the few holes that did play under par. It's such a tricky tee shot to be able to give you access to the green on your second shot.
Yeah.
Mason left is a little bit too far right. That's going to be tough from there as well for Danny.
Yeah. Ooh, flirting with the tree.
Man, they are just taking chunks of bark with them as it flies by. But again, ideal being on the left-hand side. From here, if you're not throwing the forehand, we've seen these sky annies. Yep, and here comes one from Mason.
Is it high enough and turning enough?
Stalls out. It's going to finish out towards the pathway to the next basket.
Yeah.
I like that line better for Ryan.
Yep. Well high enough and just, wow.
Oh, he almost drops it in. Right over the top.
Did a great job of navigating those limbs that are around the green to come in and not get knocked down.
This one turning nicely as well. Right. Checks up.
Yep.
Probably a circle's edge bid there. Maybe a little closer. Tanner rewarded with a clean forehand line from where he is.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of bite back over. That'll do nicely. Pin high, about 25 feet.
Mason with the forehand approach. Making sure he has plenty of room to save that par right from the circle's edge.
Oh, right outside and drops it in. The jumper right in the heart. One thing about these Chain Star Pros is they do catch putts with pace. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
I'm not even sure what happened there.
I don't think Tanner is either. It looked like it was in the bottom of the basket and then popped back out, which is pretty rare to see on these. I was just saying how they accept putts with pace very well, and that one just kind of bounced back out.
So it's your fault. Why you say that?
Sorry. So sorry. All right, one more to go on the front.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Hole 9, a downhill par 3 coming in at 472 feet from an elevated tee position. This right-hand side here is the majority of the trouble that you want to avoid, the tall grass and this tree bunker here. You'll see slightly understable to neutral disc flipping up and trying to get under this last bit of canopy here to give yourself a look for the birdie 2, but almost feels like a bonus birdie. As you can see, it's playing at 3.16, so just a tick over par.
All right, here, lets it flip up, and it's turning to the right a little bit more than he wants, a little bit more than he expected, and that's way right, which may be better being further right than directly behind the bunker. But you definitely, that's just, it seems like the discs are just being drawn over that way. I don't know if there's wind out there that they're not accounting for. Oh, this one came in nicely.
Oh, nice little check up there at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw, I think, 3 out of the 4 be over on the right-hand side during round 1. There always seems to be some type of vortex that drifts your disc over to the right.
It's because that's where the tee box is pointing. That's what happened.
This is heading towards that bunker as well.
It is. And that is more directly behind the bunker rather than being left or right of it. So you're going to have a different approach.
Yeah, it limits your shot variation from there. This needs to fight left, and it's not going to.
Yeah.
He might have a cleaner looking forehand from there, though. We'll see.
It's like we have the 3 positions, left of the bunker, right behind the bunker, and right of the bunker. That right there was the right of the bunker shot, able to approach basically to the bullseye. Let's see what Mason has here if he finds a gap to go through.
Hoping he's got some kind of window there because it looks like he's just directly behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he punches through. And gets some ground action, keeping him inside the circle.
You got to applaud that man on that because that is a moving window that he had to go through. All those trees and limbs over there.
Yeah. This little jump approach bid there for Tanner. And Danny with the cleanest look of the bunch for a possible birdie.
Oh, had the height and the pace just a little off to the right.
Mason dropping it in for par.
Danny taking his par.
Centers that one there. Battle putt?
Battle putt?
No, they're just these young kids today, I tell you. Spice things up, guys. All right, that wraps up moving day front 9 here at the US AMs. There you see the front 9 results. Ryan's still holding on to a good lead here heading into the back, but boy, plenty of tough holes to still come your way. Appreciate you guys checking out all the action here on the PDGA channel. Make sure to check them out, like and subscribe. Also check out Ace Run Productions. Happy to bring you this coverage. We'll see you on the back 9 coming your way next.